of the Living Dead, the classic film. This is Tom's first viewing of this, and it's something he wanted to watch for a long time. And you know the story. You know, brother and sister going to the cemetery. Some ghouls, not zombies, ghouls attack them. The brother gets killed. The girl puts the car in reverse and she rolls down and hits a tree and she gets out of there and runs to a house, not her house. She goes inside the house, but one of the beds is too small.
And then Paddington shows up and says, "Oh, me love, don't worry. There's enough marmalade flavored porridge for all, yeah?" And then they turn him into a rug because it was Nicole Kidman the whole time. Fucking bitch.
But anyway, this other guy shows up and starts telling her, hey, help me out here. Let's board this place up. And he starts telling stories and stuff. And she's not listening. She's a bit shell shocked. Anyway, they get attacked by ghouls after they take care of that shit. Holy shit, there was 5 people in the cellar or the basement. I don't know what they call it up there in the northern states, but they come up. Hey, what were y'all doing down there? Well, it's just waiting out, see if y'all get killed or whatever. Uh, and they decide, hey, well, they don't decide. They just start arguing stuff. It's just like, hey, who's the bad motherfucker here? Who's the one? And there's this guy, real prick of a white dude. Says, no, we got to just go down to the cellar and stay there. That's the safest fucking place. No, it isn't. That's just a death trap. Just it's a bunch of arguing, and then the zombies are like gathering around, and well, not zombies, sorry, ghouls.
Ghouls are gathering around, throwing Fago at each other, having a gay old time.
Not dumb, they can pick up rocks and shit. They can break windows. They can do all kinds of shit, and well, it comes down to the whole movie comes down to that fucking white dude was right. The basement was the best fucking place to hide out, and this guy, he hides out there at the end and he survives the night. And the next day he goes up like, oh shit, who's out there? Oh, there's a posse killing ghouls, and they shoot him. And they throw him on the fucking fire to burn with all the other ghouls. And it's a bit of a downer. It's a fucking siege movie. And Tom, I think it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a classic, I guess, because it's the first one of its kind, and you got this dynamic of all these different personalities, arguing and clashing when there's a disaster at foot. They're all trying to figure out what to do, and of course, everybody's not going to agree. So you got this drama going on, and it's all well and good, but I mean, it feels older than it should. Shooting it in black and white didn't help. It makes the movie feel a lot older, even though it was the late 60s. It makes it feel like the early 50s. And, it's a lot of, oh, gee, golly type of talk, shucks. And I don't know. And you don't really see much that would make you think that these ghouls are like this big threat. Oh, they ate a couple bugs, and okay, you don't really see why they would be such a threat besides there's a bunch of them. Which, okay, fine, I get it, but that ending is really what makes the movie. Just this guy trying to help everybody out, and in the end, he just gets mistaken and shot in the head and thrown on the fire. And that's kind of a an allegory. I don't know if that's the right word, but for the race relations at the time and shit. but, it's just a little too quaint for me, and Barbara shoulda got smacked in the mouth a couple more times than she did, because
Well, she does though. He knocks the fuck out of her.
it shoulda happened a couple more times, though, because she's just acting like a loony bitch the whole time, which I get, different people dealing with this situation, but
But I agree with you in that the like the dialogue and the whole setup, it feels like a stage play. It doesn't feel like a movie for a lot of the portions. The dialogue doesn't really ring true. But the dude, the main actor, I don't know his name.
Ben?
Yeah, Ben, the guy that plays Ben, he fucking works with it, and does the best that he can with it. And yeah, I think it's good. I think, it builds tension. And yeah, I don't think there was anything like this at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, I can understand why people would like it and all that, it's a little just too quaint and old-timey for me, and, I get that all these ghouls are there trying to get them and get in, but I just don't really feel the threat. I don't know, it just seems a little too quaint. Like, that shit always makes me I was like, "Oh, you're being ignorant. Stop it." Like, that always makes me laugh 'cause it's just stupid shit dialogue. But, I mean, other than that and the ending, and I guess the classic line is, "Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up."
Hmm.
But besides that, it's like, there's nothing I really like. It's fine. It's well made and acted for the most part. It's just too
What
old-timey for me.
I like about it is like the backstory is given to you just through them listening to the radio. And even while that shit's going on, sometimes they're doing shit and it's just background noise that you have to listen to get, like, okay, but even they don't know. They don't, explain why this is happening. They're just telling you what's happening here and there. And I think that shit's cool. I think that's fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Uh, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Right down the middle.
All right.
Like, there's some stuff that, I can appreciate it for, what it did and blaze this trail, but, it doesn't mean I have to like it for what it is, cause
Blaze your homie.
that's right, dead homie.
Blaze it dead home.
So then I guess the first remake or the first official remake, we'll call it the Tom Savini one. We
Okay.
watched that too, and, excuse me, I always remembered really liking this one. Upon rewatching it, I still like it, but really, I didn't use that word. Slight things changed here and there. They fixed Barbara. She's not a fucking just fucking, oh, woe is me. I'm a crazy bitch. She takes action, which is good, kind of gives her a fucking character. And the ending, you know, why fix something that's not broken? Ah, there's not as much gore in this as I remember.
All
Like,
right. Then. Okay. This is how many times have you seen this?
the newest this remake,
Yes.
uh, maybe 6 now?
Okay. This is only the second time I've seen this. The first time I saw it, I remember thinking, eh. But like I'm paying more attention to it now, especially seeing it back to back with the original. Is this supposed to be set at the same time, like in '68?
Maybe not. I mean, they're dressed kinda like late '80s.
Well, no, like right at the beginning when Barbara and her brother are up, he's dressed like a prick. He's dressed like, 60. He's wearing the gloves and the
Yeah, I
stupid
thought that was just, like, yuppie shit maybe.
dressed like a fucking idiot too.
I mean, you would know more than me. I was like, what, 5, 4 when the fuck this came out?
I don't remember anybody ever dressing like that. It's just like so, and the car is a bit older. So, like, I'm wondering, is he setting this movie in '68, or
I don't it's not in the future because they don't have cell phones, so I can tell you that.
they do have, it's like when they get to the house, it's not the radio. Uh, they have a TV, but there was TVs in '68 and shit. Um, okay, so like the people in it, it's like Tony Todd. I like Tony Todd. I don't like him in this role. I don't think he's really fucking good in this role. He doesn't carry it the way the other guy that played Ben carried this shit.
Yeah, it's the same character, but it feels like he's playing it different, which I mean, it's fine. It's his interpretation or whatever.
A lot of people say, "Yeah, I like Barbara a lot more in this one." It's like, why? Because she's better looking. It's like, no, she's more assertive, and she's.
I
I
would
don't.
just say she has more of a character. She has something to do instead of being like a shaken, wounded fawn in a corner.
I guess it's Tom Towles that plays the guy in the basement, the prick. He's pretty good. Like I like him a lot, but like a lot of the people in this, they just don't. I don't know. They're just again, they don't fit the roles. I think it's like Tony Todd. He's just like he's there. I guess.
Yeah, horror actors of the time were chosen to be in the roles for obvious reasons. It's just, I think, even though I'm not a big fan of the original, I can call it iconic because it is. So you have these actors playing these iconic roles, and of course, they're going to be different. So people are going to say, oh, I don't like what they did there because you like that. And that's fine. I thought everybody acted well enough for the most part. William Butler, he always comes off as kind of a wiener kid in movies, so this really wasn't any different.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, everybody was fine and okay. Um,
So the zombies, and then by this point we can call them zombies. They look good. There's some like some of them look really fucking good. Some of them are just like I guess they're trying to do different stages of decomposition, and it works, man. That's it's some good shit. Yeah, I would expect that from Savini.
but again, there's not a lot of gore, and besides there being a lot of they don't really seem like that big of a threat. Even during the movie, they're just like, "Hey, this isn't shit. We can just run past them
Right, that's
and
something.
shit."
Hey, they move real slow. We can go like this and that. It's like this one. None of them, I think, really move real fast like some of them did in the first one. In the first one, there's some inconsistency in how the zombies move or react to things or whatever. And they also in the first one they say like, oh, they're scared of fire. That's nothing that's ever been taken from any of the zombie movies, Romero or what.
Frankenstein.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, I just always remember it having a lot more gore, and it really doesn't. You would think with Savini there would be some, but not really a whole lot. Again, they don't come off like a threat. I like how it looks. Like I like the look and the feel of the movie. A lot of horror movies that came out around this time had the look and feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 Leatherface. Like it has the look and feel of this movie. I don't particularly like that movie, but I do like the way that it looks.
Well, I don't know, man. There's like to me, it had the look and feel of a made-for-TV movie. And there's like how it.
Well, I mean, that's like it in the Stephen King, that's around that same fucking time.
Were made for TV, but this one, this is a movie. It shouldn't have these fade to black and like coming back in for the second scene. Shit, that was weird.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I can see that. That just kinda hits a nostalgia spot for me, I guess, because it's the time I grew up watching that shit, so it reminds me of, like, how stuff looked back
Okay,
then, I guess.
you watched this one before you watched the original?
Probably.
Okay, so I noticed that a lot of people that like this one more like it because of that reason. Uh, the music on it fucking sucks. It's really weird. The choices on that there it's just like what? Why even have music if it's gonna be that bad?
Yeah, I don't remember the music at all.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure it does suck if you're saying so. I just,
What I always pay attention to is the music in a movie and how it adds like this or that, tension or music should never distract in a movie. It should just either fucking like help the scene along and whatever it's trying to do. And then later on, you might think, oh shit, that music was fucking awesome. But when you're first watching something or you're watching, it's like you should not notice the music at all. It should just like help the movie along. This was really distracting music. It's like every time from the beginning, it's like, what the fuck are they, why? They didn't need a score. They didn't need to do anything on this, and it's stupid. It's bad.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember, but I'm not really the music guy. These days, I'm just like, "Pff, probably should have just had Slasher Dave do the music. This shit would have been awesome if he did." But yeah, unless it's like really fucked or really good, I'm not going to remember it. So I'll take your word for it.
And then here's my thing, as you mentioned it, the ending on this one.
It's my favorite ending of all time. Whenever any movie uses it, I love it.
They're us. We're them.
We're the monsters, Joe.
Yeah, okay. All right. But god damn, this one just wants to like fucking hit you on the head with it and like
Yeah, no, it's ham-handed as shit.
yeah. Where the other one was just like, hey, let's show you these still shots. We're just throwing them on the fire. That's all that we're doing. This one just wants to show you that, and then it goes back to close up of her eyes. Can't believe it. It sucks. It is just so fucking preachy.
Yeah. I mean, especially compared to the original ending, which might be one of the best endings in movie history. But, yeah, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
That ending would have worked for people like me who've never seen the original, and this was the first time they were watching it and shit. But I guess it was, oh, just so they can shoot old Tommy Towels in the head and do a little tee.
Hmm.
Yeah, not as good as I remember. I wouldn't call either one of them a great movie, but if I had to go back and watch one of these, which I don't wanna do for a while, it would be the color one just because it's more modern and has a little more updated special effects and stuff like that, but I can understand if people like the original. I don't know if they would say, "Oh, yeah, I like the 3D one with Sid Haig." I might go, "I gotta go."
Yeah. Uh, I'm the opposite. I'm a little older. I saw the original one first, and I know it has flaws. And I recognize those flaws, but to me, what it accomplishes is makes me forgive those flaws. Hmm.
Yeah, Pretty much the same movie, except for the fucking ending. Not as much as the Psycho remake, where that was just a shot for shot thing. But they're pretty close, except for the ending. I don't know. Maybe because of the ending, I would have to say, technically the original one's a better movie, but I enjoy the remake more. But I don't think that's a fucking great movie or even as good as I thought it was before I rewatched it. So, oh wait, hey Joe, I got the Blu-ray from Umbrella.
You didn't. Well, I'm not gonna get the Criterion version of the original because you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, uh, yeah, watch them. Don't. I would say. I mean, I'm gonna watch Day of the Dead, God willing, a lot more before I go back to watching this thing. So.
Well, that's what I put my review, uh, the written reviews, like, hey, watch this, move on to Day of the Dead, and stop there. The original is.
Contagion.